Well, what do you feel like was the most difficult part in transitioning from a punitive behavior system to a restorative one? Because I'll say, even if you make modifications to a punitive behavior system, it might feel like you're doing right, but I like, what are the alternatives to suspension? If a kid gets in a fight, what else can I do? Okay, after the restorative practice, then what? So like, what were some of the most difficult parts in changing from
Yeah.
punitive to restorative?
I think the hardest part of any change work, and you'll see this in like the research findings reflected from it, is like mindset, shifting mindset. You got to remember we're in a society and country that loves punishment. Somebody does something, we're like, lock them up. If it's real bad, they're like, give them the death penalty. And so there is this obsession with punishment. We hear about it in schools all the time. Oh, so and so did this. Well, what's going to happen to him? What's his consequence? Like, there is this innate desire for many educators to want to see students severely punished. And so when I'm training
Mm,
adults, I say, there's something wrong in that. And when I ask educators, well, why do you feel like this student needs to be punished severely to learn a lesson? Oftentimes the retort that I hear is, well, that's what I got and I turned out fine. And I'm
mhm.
like, but did you really? But did you really turn out fine? You're in your middle-aged years. You're chastising a child and you look physically upset because you've lost control of your emotions. Are you actually okay?
Yeah.
Right? If we're supposed to be emotional constants, if we're supposed to maintain our control, our composure, and we're modeling for students what it actually looks like to be emotionally stable, I think a lot of educators have made it harder for us to do that because it's challenging when you're triggered, right? And to
Yeah.
be fair to educators, like, don't get me wrong, I've lost my cool. I've had all of those moments. Um, Educators need to be trained on how to reduce, their frustrations when they're triggered, understanding what their
Mhm.
triggers are with students. They need to understand how to best work with students who have exposure to trauma. Like, there's so much more training that teachers need. And
Yeah.
we know it doesn't happen when they come out of pre-service college programs and we throw them into classrooms and we're like, well, why don't you have it figured out? Or why did you do this to that student? Well, who taught them to do anything differently?